Hi, welcome back to the Dave Palmer Show. And with me in this episode, I have the famous actress and wife to Terry Crews. She's an accomplished actress and producer. Most of her fan knows her from her appearance in the TV show The Family Cruise. She has worked as the executive producer of the series that aired on MTV International worldwide. She's gifted with a powerful and infectious voice, hence her two radio singles, get that right, I Keep Holding On and Destiny. Rebecca King Crews, aka Regina Madre, welcome to the Dave Palmer Show.
Well, thank you, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here, and what a great opportunity to be speaking to you in the show. And I hope this will lead to more guests like yourself and more shows of you with the music that you're bringing out, because you brought some music out recently. That's been your recent projects. How's that been going?
It's going very well. As a matter of fact, my single is called What You Want to Do.
Yeah.
And it's climbing the R&B charts. I'm number 3 on the indie artist chart for R&B.
Wow.
And I'm in the country on the R&B chart. So I'm really excited and excited to release more music from this project. So yeah, we're going like gangbusters. We're promoting radio, digital. I'm on Spotify, Pandora playlist, Apple Music playlist.
Wow.
And kind of growing and getting attention. And I'm very happy with it. I think this single has done the best of all the songs I've put out so far.
Wow. How's that been going during the pandemic? I mean, this podcast has really exploded, and I'm really proud about that. So, but I know with music projects, I know I actually a couple of singles I've seen from a seasoned. I'm the same. Actually, you're younger than me, but I'm 1 year older than you. But Toni Braxton, she's also a seasoned singer. She's just brought a couple out, but I heard that she had to record over Zoom the final touches of a recent album herself. How have you managed during the pandemic to promote and keep your music going?
Promotion has actually been fairly easy during the pandemic because I can do radio interviews, I can do different promotional outlets.
Yeah.
The only thing we can't really do is tour.
Yeah.
Which would have been challenging for me because my son got cast on a TV show.
Oh, wow.
So Paramount Studios with him today. He's on a Nickelodeon show called Side Hustle.
Oh, wow.
And on that show literally just a couple months before the pandemic. And they did a little bit of production and then boom, the country was shut down. And then we came back in September. We've been going hard since September. So mommy is still making sure the kids are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm okay with not being on the road for now.
Yeah.
But I'm able to promote and do PR, do digital PR, do Instagram, all those kind of things you can do from home. So
yeah, sure.
I hear the song and enjoy it and buy some more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had a good stint, like your husband, in the sort of film and TV world. You did a reality show, which was that based around your family life? Because it said the show was a bit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were approached by BET back in 2009.
Yeah.
And I was actually friends with their head of casting, Robbie Reed. And she literally just called me up one day and said, get your husband and come to our office. We have an idea. And I looked at Terry. He said, when Robbie Reed calls, you go.
Yeah.
And they offered us this opportunity. And we were hesitant because a lot of reality had proven to be disruptive for people who had done it.
Yeah.
And so we made very clear to them that these were our children.
Yeah.
That, there was a certain format, a certain tone that the show needed to have. We were not going to be fighting with each other on TV, you know, and that our faith, our Christian faith, would be a part of the show.
Yeah.
And I said, you want to censor Jesus out of my show, then we don't have a show.
Yeah. Well,
and
yeah.
that was a part of why they wanted our family. And sure enough, they put us on Sunday night with all the gospel lineup. We were right behind, like Sunday Best or something.
Yeah.
So we were allowed to be a very positive kind of beacon of light in the reality genre.
Yeah.
Along like Run's House and like there's some other little cute family friendly reality shows out there. But those aren't the ones that get all the press. The ones that get the press are the train wrecks, you know, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great to, I mean, obviously that was a reality TV was at its prime then. Well, it still is, but obviously probably people have to do it with their own cameras in the house during the pandemic, especially. But you know, that's a great time to have had the family cruise going at that time. But then you yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, it was a great experience. BET was very, very good to my family. They were protective of my kids.
Yeah, that's good.
Hired actors who did not set us against each other. We had female producers who, one of them was a mother,
right.
You know.
Yeah.
So there was a sweetness about the show that I think made it different.
Sure, yeah. Well, obviously, that was the one of the most successful shows you did, and it, you know, as I say, it's quite good. You had your family. It must have been a good feeling to have, you know, the family kind of doing something positive as well, as you mentioned. Then you eventually worked as a producer, so you've been doing producing as well on obviously MTV International Worldwide. That's a great thing to sort of be on a channel like that. And dude, what was that experience like?
What happened was, you know, BET is owned by Viacom,
right?
Which, you know, a lot of people say, well, black owned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so MTV would go around to each of the networks. You know, they had VH1, they had BET, they had a couple others that they bought, and our show was the only BET show picked up for worldwide syndication that year.
Yeah.
And the fall. So even though we only did a couple seasons with BET, our show went around the world for probably the next 5 years.
Right, I see.
So wherever we go in the world, people go, Terry and Rebecca. We're very popular in the UK.
Yeah.
I've had Singapore, from Scotland, just all over the place. Because we talked about universal things. We talked about little girls growing up and getting their period, and a daughter going off to college, and an adult daughter who is pregnant and not married. You know.
Yeah.
We went through things that a lot of families go through, and so it just had that universal appeal, and we're very thankful that the show did as well as it did.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, I've been a big fan of MTV and BET since about 1989, or when it first came out, mainly. So I also like a lot of comedy as well, and I know your husband's quite you did some funny shows. I know he's quite successful, and he's sort of very humorous. I also came from a sporting background like him as well, but I did track, so it's not as well. It's popular globally, I suppose, but not as popular as NFL in America.
Track. I ran track in junior high and part of high school.
Oh wow, really? What was that, sprints or?
No, actually, I was distance. I would do the 200 meter and the 400 meter.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I was a 400, 800 man, so more 800 eventually. But in school I was more 2-4. That was more sprinting really, but I made it on international status in Olympic trials and things like that. So I wasn't. I've got a couple of clips of me on TV actually.
By the time I hit, I was completely dedicated to performing arts, so I had given up sport.
Yeah. It's like Jennifer Lopez. She was a track runner, and
Mhm.
She very good at high school, national level, and then obviously her dancing and singing sort of brought her through, just like yourself, really. So yeah, so you obviously you were successful first of all in the sort of TV and film side of the performing arts, but then has music always been? How did you get started with the music side of things?
Music was actually the first love.
Ah, okay,
I began the piano at 9.
yeah,
I think I wrote my first song when I was about 11, on the piano. I was writing songs before that, but I couldn't play the piano.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
my dad was a musician, my mom sang, and I spent from the time I was about 10 until I was really 23,
yeah,
um, singing in choirs, in bands, talent shows, gospel choir. I was a director of the gospel choir, had my own group, that
yeah,
I picked up from my choir and formed a group, and um, musical theater, just
yeah.
musical, doing 3 or 4 musicals a year, all the way up through college, some professional theater, and met my husband. Though we went to the same school, we were in different circles. The only football game I went to was the homecoming game,
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, we met at church actually,
Oh, okay, all right.
and
Because I
saw
know.
me saw me on the keyboard and was like, "Who's that?" Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I know you went to the same college, so there was a
yeah,
sort of no one really knew exactly how you met, but it was actually at the church rather than
yeah,
in college.
yeah. We were at the same school,
Same
but
school, yeah.
different circles. And the little church I was attending was just a small little church. Um, and Terry had been a part of a ministry that was having some issues.
Ah,
Um, Several of the African American members of that ministry left the ministry
oh, really?
and
Okay.
came to our church just to kind of check out. Well, maybe we'll go here.
Yeah, yeah.
And several of us married a lot of those young men that came from that ministry. My
Ah, okay.
friend Muriel
Yeah,
was my roommate. She married another gentleman who came from that ministry who was friends with Terry.
yeah.
And another gentleman married another girl who from our church. So we jokingly say Maranatha Ministries brought us all our husbands.
Oh, wow. That's a that's a good
Yeah,
I haven't heard that being said before, but yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but the turning point. The last show I was in was Dreamgirls.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah. I heard that.
my goal was to go to Broadway, not really to do film or TV.
Right.
Um,
Stage, more stage.
More stage,
Yeah.
because I love the live audience. And I met my husband and changed my life. You know,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was sharing my life and my road with Terry's vision, which
Yep.
was similar to mine, except for the NFL part,
Yeah. Yeah.
because he Hollywood. Um, that was always in the plan. We just didn't know when. And the NFL proved to be, kind of unstable, a lot of moving.
Yeah. That's right.
He'd play for 1 year and get cut and go to another team, another team. So
Yeah.
that's kind of staying home and just working in the church because we move so much.
Yeah.
It seems silly for me to try to plant myself in a job in that city and then move
All
again.
right.
So I just stayed home with my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once we moved to LA, that was like 1997, I started pursuing my dreams again.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That, yeah, that was 97. I think I had 2 kids. I went on, had 3 more kids.
Yeah.
So by the time we got Family Cruise, we had all 5.
Wow. And by probably that time, he was towards the end of his NFL career, moving into acting as well. So was it? Did
Right.
you? I mean, if he was more, sort of had your goal for performing arts, did he kind of get inspired by you wanting to do it, or he just had the opportunity because he was an NFL star?
Honestly, being in the NFL did not help my husband in
All
Hollywood.
right.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, Terry's dream was always to play in the NFL
Yeah.
go to Hollywood and make films. He wanted to be more like a Spike Lee, like write the film, produce,
Yeah.
direct. Now he always liked performing, but he used to like who in the 80s didn't break dance, right? So he was a
Yeah.
break
I'll try to do
right?
that actually.
Work for his acting because he's danced in most of the movies he's in.
Oh, right. Okay.
Break dancer, just a big ham. He even like his mother was very religious, and so he was not allowed to go to school dances and things like that. And he wanted to be in the school talent show and break dance, and she told him no. And he said, "Well, can I host the talent show?" She said, "Okay, as long as you host." So he hosted his school talent show, and now he's hosting AGT. Isn't that fun? But he always wanted to perform, but I think he didn't see, like he idolized Michael Jackson. Like
Yeah.
Terry can do a really good impersonation of Michael Jackson with the
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
toes and the little, Billie Jean move. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's a but he still idealized himself more like a Spike Lee or like a Hudlin Brothers or
Oh,
like
right.
a
Okay.
he wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
And so he did move to LA. He was writing these scripts and shooting these little shorts. And somebody who in the industry who met him while he was bouncing at a club, just to make ends meet,
Yeah. Yeah.
said, "You should be an actor. You have a great look." And after about a month or 2 months of several people telling him that, he came home one day and he said, "People keep telling me I should be an actor." And I said, "Well, if I had several people who work in the business tell me I should be an actor, I would think that God is trying to tell me something."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So
So
that was a calling. That was a calling for him, really.
it was. And a friend of his that he met at that same bar introduced him to someone who got him this audition for the first show he ever did, which was called Battle Dome.
Yeah.
And, it was athletes. So it was like a perfect fit. They needed athletic people.
Oh,
Terry
okay.
audition and he got the part.
Yeah.
So even in his mind, he's going, "I still don't want to be no actor, but this pays better than security."
Yeah, of
you
course,
know.
yeah. I did a bit of security. Well, actually, more fire guard. You call them fire watchers, but more that. But it's still part of security. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it doesn't pay as much as. I did one movie with a couple of Hollywood stars. It's more of a comedy. It's a British film. Around the same time, 2009. Around that time when you did your family cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So that was quite good. What's the name? Thandie Newton.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in it. That's on my YouTube, the clip of that where I was in the same set as her actually. So I didn't quite make it through the same as Terry and yourself. So my podcast eventually became my thing really after and my book as well. But let's talk about your book. So you did an audio book. Actually, I also know that Terry, it'd be nice to maybe do another show with you and Terry talking about this, but Terry did a book called How to Be a Better Man. Yeah. Which I'd like to read as well, because there are some things I can relate to there. But you both got an audio book coming out. I think, is it being released on April the 15th, or is it already released?
April 15th.
Yeah.
You can pre now on Audible.
You can pre-order it on Audible now. Okay. So we'll get the details for everyone to get to that as well. Where we're going to talk more about music for everyone to check that out as well. But to tell us more about the Stronger Together. As I say, I mean, Terry's not here, so we can always relate, speak about that.
Oh,
because well, you have actually been through a lot recently, because I know you had a cancer scare, and I lost my mother to breast cancer, but I had some. Well, let's say I had a small amount of PTSD symptoms due to my job and some other racial issues and bullying as well that was going on. And I know you touched on that a bit in the book as well, from early life. And I mean, actually, you can see with the protests going on where that's all coming from as well. But obviously, it's society as well, So we can talk about bits of that because I can relate to that. But you've been married a very long time, so that's great title for being married so long and still staying strong together, because it could have gone rocky with the kind of addiction side that I had some of those symptoms, as I said, from the stress I went through. You
Right.
know, I think Terry came out and was being honest and dealt with it quite well, and you know,
Yeah.
so stronger together. You went through some stuff, and obviously with the pandemic going on and your own health issues as well. To tell us
Hmm.
some parts of the book, and maybe if you want to talk more about what I've just raised as well.
Well, the book, it's a memoir. I mean, it goes into parts of our marriage that were really hard, where we, at different times we're gonna quit.
Yeah.
Um, there was one point where he wanted out, and then there was a point where I wanted out.
All
And
right. Yeah.
I wanted out when he confessed to me that he'd been unfaithful,
Yeah.
and that he'd had an addiction to porn most of his life.
Yeah.
That and I had already made up my mind that I wasn't going to stay with him because he was such a grump to live with. Because
Yeah.
he was, I think, self-medicating, but he was also angry with himself and
Right.
angry at all the things he'd been through in life. And when you haven't processed your problems or dealt with your pain,
Yeah.
you take everybody. And so we went through a breakup. And then we go into the book, back into our childhood. We go into the book about our breakup and our reconciliation,
Yeah.
talk about our past and our present and where we are today. And we share the book mostly because we want to help other couples. We want
Yeah.
people to, you can, if you try, make
Yep.
it through, which is the worst day of your life. Um, and God is in the center of the book because God helped us stay together. He helped us believe that there could be a rainbow on the other side of that storm. And there is.
Yeah.
And that's how we can tell the story now, because we've been through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's really an inspiring. So I just read the article mainly, and I'm gonna pre-order the book, have a look at it, listen to it. I prefer audio because, well, you can see I'm more of an audio man. Otherwise, I would have written more books. But tell us about some of the troubled waters you went through, especially recently, maybe to inspire people to get through this pandemic, and because it's people from all walks of life, people like yourselves might have been affected by it, or some might have done well by it, but others, who really, you know, rock bottom with it. Tell us about your own, and how maybe people can deal with it and inspire people with
Well,
your
you
own.
mean it's pandemic?
I mean, you went through issues. Obviously, you spoke about Terry's stuff with the unfaithfulness during your marriage, and
Oh,
that's quite
yeah.
inspiring to keep people together.
And that was like 10 years ago
Yeah, yeah,
when now, we just went through a period where we were just sick of each other.
yeah,
Um, and we had a big fight one night, and I just kept having this feeling there was something wrong with him. And I just started probing. I just started, like, it was like I was stabbing him with a knife, asking him all these questions.
yeah.
And then he just kept going, "Oh, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah." And then that night he said that God woke him up. He said, "You tell her, or I'm going to take my hand off your life." He said, "You come clean."
Right.
Morning, I called him and I said, "What don't I know about you?" And he started to tell me all this stuff. And I said, "Okay, don't bother coming home."
Yeah,
And that was the beginning of a life transformation that I still enjoy today, because my husband saw that his consequences for his actions were too great for him.
yeah,
And he just fought like a tiger and said, "Please don't leave me." I'm like, "Well, no, I'm leaving you because you had your shot. We're 20 years in and you're still a jerk."
yeah. Well, I'm supposed
um,
you're used to it by that time, but marriages. I mean, so sometimes when I mean, if we look at celebrity marriages, obviously the one with um, oh, what's his name now? Kanye West and Kardashian, obviously there.
Mhm.
that's usually a point. 7 years, that tends to be a testing point. So you managed to get through that size, like you say, 10 years on, and you kind of like it's
But
make or
yeah,
break.
Terry and I had been married for 22 years when we hit this point.
Yeah, 20. Well, yeah, that's
So 20
very,
years kids, I could have walked away with a whole lot of money, but I was willing to leave with nothing because
oh,
I
okay.
just said, you know, I'm over whatever this is you call this.
Yeah,
I didn't marry you alone all the time. I didn't marry you to raise my kids alone or take my kids to church alone. I didn't marry you so that I could raise a family by myself, and you giving me money doesn't make up for your absence.
yeah,
And he was apologetic enough to kind of appease me, but he would not change. People will say sorry, but they don't change.
yeah,
And I just got tired of him telling me he was sorry and not changing. And then we had the big fight, and I felt like God was the one showing me, like I kept seeing like there's something else. Um, but God also showed me that my husband was going to be a new man.
yeah,
Are you sure? Because I don't like the one I got. And I can say today my husband is as sweet and kind and loving and gentle
yeah. I
as
think
the
he's there.
as the
There's
man I wanted him to be when I married him.
oh, right. That worked out quite good for you then. I mean, you mentioned that he is some more gentle, kind of like you say now. In that article, there was a part where you're saying, "Oh, there's the kind of like more gentler side of him." So, how's it been? Obviously, where are you based now? In Texas or
No,
California?
we're in California.
California, yeah. So I mean, they had a very, very strict lockdown, and that was a testing period for, they say actually at first they were worried that people might, because domestic violence went up and stuff like that. I know, obviously, but yeah, they're actually saying that they also improved a lot of relationships because they spent more time together and actually appreciated. How did it go for you during the lockdown, which was very strict in California about a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would say we're closer.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but we were already closer,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, already on the other side of our trial and kind of getting along in a way that was very beautiful and very peaceful. And, you know, we have our roles. I mean, I still was raising kids and I was working on my career and he's working on his career.
yeah,
Also had a more equilibrium where he didn't just drive himself where he never did anything with the family.
yeah, yeah. That's good.
Early years, he was just like pounding and pounding. And it's not a lot of pictures of all of us together. It would be me and the kids, you know.
Yeah,
Um, and
yeah,
well, they said, what is that they say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Um, even going
yeah,
through the cancer thing at the time, we
yeah.
held on to each other and held on to God.
Yeah, that must have
And
been a very, very
him, him being home, he was able to help me nurse myself back to health, you know.
yeah, in sickness and in health. So that certainly was a period where you can see if that side of the marriage is really being, implemented, if you like. Um, you need that kind of, psychologically and everything else. You need that strong bonding at that time, going, just
Yeah.
going through it
Well,
mentally as well.
you do. And, um, I don't know if you've heard the analogy about like life will squeeze you like a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah,
And out is simply a revelation of who you already were.
yeah,
So if you're mean under pressure, that means that you're just mean. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
It
Yeah, well,
is.
there's different types of
Uh,
personalities as well as people that, that could have something to do with their upbringing, maybe, or whatever. But
right. But what I mean is that the pressure reveals what you are, it doesn't create
yeah, yeah,
what you are.
yeah,
And so we had developed our relationship to the point that under that pressure, we just squeezed together. We just, okay, we got to do this. I'm sorry, Dave, can you give me 1 second?
Yeah, sure. I'll just pause it and then we'll get back. My audience will appreciate that. Okay, welcome back to part two. So, Rebecca, yeah. So, so that part. Also in the book, you mentioned, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on during the pandemic. One of the things that's going on, I know you mentioned about some racism you and Terry experienced during your time or journey before and your marriage. Obviously, with these protests going on, you can see it's something that's very real all around the world. And of course, we've got the trial now going on, the court case with Floyd.
Yeah.
But you mentioned obviously you had some personal experience yourself, and your husband also had some as well in the book. You mentioned. Can you mention about that again, or would that be something you can give your take on?
Yeah. Well, needless to say, being Black in America is a journey all in itself.
Yeah.
I had experiences with my family where we were discriminated against, because my mother is Black.
Yeah.
And we went to Disney World.
Right.
And went to a restaurant and the waiter ignored us,
Yeah.
for a very long time. We waited and waited to get service, and my stepfather started to make a scene.
Yeah.
Of course, we were all embarrassed, but, we were being poorly treated. He tells of being discriminated against because people knew he had a Black wife.
Oh.
In my husband's instance and my children, we'll go to the mall.
Yeah.
Those people will walk right up to me. May I help you? What are you looking for? And they'll ignore my children or follow my children.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Follow.
Yeah.
I remember walking into some little store. And the lady, assisted me.
Yeah.
And kind of raised his hand. He said, "Can I see these jeans in a size, whatever?" She's like, "I will get to you when I get to you." And he said, "Honey, go." And then she saw me walk out. She was like, because she didn't know we were together.
Yeah.
So here she was called on the carpet for treating us differently in the store.
Yeah.
And my youngest daughter, she's 18 now, but when she was 16, she and her other Black girlfriends were profiled in a Free People store.
Yeah.
And I talked about it on Instagram. And, my husband has had cops pull guns on him.
Yeah.
In traffic stops. Yeah.
Wow. So we don't have guns. The cops don't carry. Well, they do carry guns, but it's like a special unit. But in general, they at the moment don't, patrol around with guns all the time. Of course, police brutality is sort of, a known thing, but it's really ingrained in racism, more what we've seen during the protests in America.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we've experienced it, and and I can't say that I experienced a lot of racism from white people. Yeah. With my experience, it was more people ignoring you or leaving you out or kind of neglecting you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there was the reverse where Black people who thought I was white, were mean to me,
Yeah.
And I'm, there's Black, but they, and I had blonde hair as a baby and as a toddler, as a kid.
Yeah.
So, just being very fair skinned, I took a little heat for that, but I've never had cops pull a gun on me.
No, yeah.
I've experienced racism largely through my family, through brown in various shades. And I have a Black son who, we walk around together and people think I adopted him or something, We went into a 7-Eleven during the pandemic and it was right in the middle of the riots in LA.
Yeah.
And this poor little Normally those stores will have a little security guard, but in this instance, there were two LAPD in the store.
Yeah.
And the one guy was young, and he just looked so scared when he saw my son.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. I saw his eyes darting around. He put his hand on his weapon. He didn't pull it out,
Oh, no.
but he had to look like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
And I saw my son's name, come get your Slurpee and let's go. But I saw the guy become petrified of my little nerdy, geeky boy, with glasses and braces and a high top.
Yeah.
He looks nothing like a gangbanger.
Yeah.
But this cop was nervous around my kid.
Yeah.
And my daughter got followed,
On a different occasion, not the same.
A different occasion, right.
Yeah.
There are more experiences. We went into a restaurant here in Pasadena that I go to all the time. And it's the minute we walked in the door, the hostess disappeared.
Yeah.
So we're there like, where's the hostess? And then when she came out, she stood there like she didn't see us. And I was like, can we please? And she's like, oh, you want to sit?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
As if she didn't know.
Right. So it's like we talk about the microaggressions, that stuff too. It's like 2 or 3 occasions we've gone into restaurants and been ignored, whereas if I go in there by myself, oh, may I help you? Or the white guy comes in behind us and, oh, we'll be right with you, sir.
Yeah.
So it's alarming.
Yeah. No, it's very real, and of course, with the scenes people saw over the past year, when
yeah, to me, it was time for this to come to the forefront.
Yeah.
And they say, like we say, crisis reveals.
Yes. Yeah.
Pandemic revealed the things that are wrong in our country.
Yeah.
And gave us the opportunity to address it. And I hope we are addressing it like we should.
Yeah, well, I won't go too much into politics, but obviously I think having the Trump administration obviously revealed even more, I think, the type of guy he was. He certainly didn't really care about, he was so blatant with stuff that people would see what's going to rise out.
But, Trump is a study in, dichotomy, because Trump has worked with a lot of Black people.
Yeah.
A lot of good for a lot of Black people.
All right. Okay.
But then
yeah.
Also fanned the flame of racism among racists in this country.
Yeah. It's
hard to say because there are a lot of Black people who say he did them. He was good to them.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to say what exactly is his deal. Is he just position, and so he's trying to appeal to you? Now he's trying to appeal to you.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's what politicians do, really. They try and galvanize, certain people, obviously, to get the votes, really, more than anything else. And obviously, it didn't work with things weren't in his favor, and globally, he wasn't really seen that way. I know, obviously, he knows America best, so of course, it's really dealing with the American people. That's what he was trying to do. So that's why he had a very polarized, because of the way he was dealing with the different things. But anyway, we won't go into that. As I say, we won't go into the politics side of things. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, during his time, he did bring up a lot of things to the surface, what was going on in America, which people didn't see before or didn't realize. An outsider from America, I mean, who doesn't know much about, what was going on in America, might say, oh, what's this going on now? So, okay. So, let's get back to, so your book is going to be released on the 15th of April. You got a pre-order now. Right. With your music, tell us about the releases there and how people can tune into that.
Oh, the single that's out now is called "What You Want to Do."
Yeah.
hear it on several Spotify playlists, Apple Music playlists. I'm on Pandora.
Oh,
You can go to iTunes, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere music is streaming, you can get the song.
yeah,
Follow me on Instagram, the real Rebecca King Cruz,
yeah,
Regina Ray, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter by both of those handles. There's a website, reginamadremusic.com,
yeah,
where there's about the music. I have more singles coming out. In fact, I'm releasing a new single with the book,
yeah, yeah.
releasing a single for the summer. And then possibly by the time we hit the fall, we'll put the EP out and put the rest of the songs out. I'm still debating, because on one hand, everybody says, just put out singles, but I like the idea of an album. So I may go ahead and just put the album out after I promote the first couple songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, you've still got time to do it. I think obviously with the way things are, people are still kind of more at the work from home situation as well, but you can get out and about. But recording isn't really affected, is it really? Did you record your book as well as the music?
for the pandemic, I mean, this
So,
album, I recorded everything before the pandemic.
oh, before it. Okay, so you was promoting it from home during the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started working on the album like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I was wrapping final. There were just a couple clearances I needed, and then final mixing and things like that. And
yeah.
and then I had the cancer thing.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that. But I
Yeah.
still really kept moving. I kept
Yeah.
working on the final music, and we were writing the book during the pandemic.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Did you write the book during the pandemic? Did the idea come up while you was together during the pandemic?
No.
Oh,
The book deal was before the pandemic. We actually were supposed to do the LA Book Fair in October
yeah.
of that. And they were like, no, I take that back. The book fair is in like April.
Last year.
Right. We were supposed to do the book in April. And we were shut. And they said, no, we can't do April because they don't think the country will be back open. So then they pushed to October, and then it was a whole nother year. So finally, we're doing the book fair this May.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
well, I think it should be okay now.
And a live, well, no, but it's virtual. No.
Oh, it's virtual. Okay.
And then we're doing an Audible live.
Yeah.
So great to tune in, and people can ask questions.
Yeah. Like a Q&A.
If I actually run, because I'm here on set with my son, I have to tend to him on set. And so I'm afraid I have to cut us just a little bit short today.
Yeah, no worries. We're going to move to the end anyway. I was going to actually say, well, you've already mentioned where they can find your book and your music. So yeah, that's great. I'm going to get your website at the end of the show, or get Amber to give it to me, your publicist. So we'll put that on the show notes. So anyone listening, we will have a website for you to look at Rebecca's music. Remind everyone of the website again, even though I'll put it on the show notes.
It's Regina Madre.
Yeah.
Music.com.
Yeah. Well, Regina Madre is your pseudonym name as well. So yeah. Before you go, do you have any other projects coming up, or is it only the ones you mentioned that you're going to be doing the
we've
virtual book fair?
We're also launching a brand.
Okay.
I'm a luxury goods, so we're going to be doing handbags, suit, clothing, cosmetics, and that's going to be around October, November of 21.
Wow, fantastic. Well, Rebecca, it's been a great pleasure speaking to you today on this show, and a great honor, obviously, having speaking about life real, being real, a real person, and speaking about life, obviously, what we all, have gone through, the kind of topics that we spoke about today that people can relate to, and especially with the marriage and staying strong together. What tip would you give for people out there and inspire them? I'm sure there's lots.
No, for me,
Yeah.
my thing is to encourage people to seek a relationship with God.
Yeah.
Nothing that I've experienced or gone through has ever been easy.
Yeah.
God has made it easier. There is a presence greater than ourselves, and I feel as though my greatest obligation to tell people when I tell them how to cope
Yeah.
is to know you're not here by yourself. You have a Heavenly Father who loves you, who cares, and is waiting for your call. And I know this to be a fact that I've gone through a lot of things that would have taken a lot of people out. But he held me, he carried me. And I don't doubt that he's carrying you and carrying all of us. And we don't even know it.
That's great. Well, Rebecca, thanks for coming on the show once again and inspiring our audience today. And great pleasure having you here today. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dave. It's my pleasure. Sorry I have to run.
No worries, no.
I've been in these Zooms all day, and my poor son is by himself.
Oh no, get to your son, get to your son. I've got a daughter as well that's sort of a daddy's girl, so I'll make sure I'm around her. I'll keep myself busy as well sometimes, and right, I've got to spend some daddy time. So same for you as well, I suppose. So thanks a lot, and yeah, hopefully we'll have you or maybe Terry on the show again one time.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave.